A photo of Aaron Rodgers at Steelers training camp, leg heavily iced and wrapped, set off a predictable wave of concern, and for good reason. Rodgers isn't just any veteran quarterback. He's a 41-year-old former MVP coming off two difficult seasons and a serious Achilles tear. Even a minor-looking tweak now gets magnified into what-if scenarios about availability, mobility, and how much the Steelers can realistically lean on him this year. Context matters. The image surfaced after a practice in Latrobe, where Rodgers was reportedly stepped on during an 11-on-11 rep. Early reports and on-field observations suggested a cut and some soreness, rather than a structural injury. Coaches and beat reporters noted he didn't miss reps afterward and was back participating in team periods, which is an encouraging sign. Still, visuals of a taped-up lower leg are immediately alarming when the player involved once suffered a catastrophic lower leg injury. Why the panic? Football fans remember the timeline. Rodgers tore his Achilles within a few plays in 2023 and then endured an underwhelming 2024 campaign with the Jets. For a quarterback who built his career on timing, pocket feel, and surgical accuracy, lower leg health is not a trivial thing. It affects plant foot, high push-off, bootlegs, and the subtle footwork that turns throws from good to elite. At Rodgers' age, plenty of teams factor in not just current performance, but durability over a 17-game schedule. That said, it's worth resisting full-blown doomsaying. Training camp bumps and bruises are part of the game, especially in live 11-on-11 periods where bodies cluster and ankles get stepped on. The immediate, important data point is the team's response. Did medical staff clear him? Did he miss meaningful practice time? Early indications here were that Rodgers remained on the field and under observation, but didn't step away from the first-team work for a prolonged stretch. That reduces, though doesn't eliminate, the near-term worry. From a roster and strategic perspective, the Steelers wisely built this offseason with contingency in mind. Rodgers' contract is 1 year, and Pittsburgh signed him knowing he's closer to the end of his career than the beginning. Behind him are Mason Rudolph, a veteran who knows offensive systems and can manage games, and two younger options, Will Howard and Skylar Thompson, who could step into larger roles if needed. A legitimate concern now is whether the Steelers will need to lean on that depth earlier or more often than planned. Long term, the visual of the iced leg is probably more consequential as a reminder than as a definitive health verdict. It pushes the Steelers' medical and coaching staffs to be cautious. Smart when your centerpiece QB has a recent injury history. And it invites more film and practice monitoring. For fans, it's a flashing yellow light. Don't panic, but pay attention. For Rodgers, it's another day of proving he's physically and mentally ready to lead a team that expects to win now. Bottom line, the photo is unsettling, but not definitive. The real story will be written in the next week of practice reps, the preseason games, and the team's own updates. If Rodgers stays active and healthy, it will be a minor training camp footnote. If he's suddenly limited, the Steelers' depth chart will be tested, and the season's outlook will shift fast.